September 18th, 4 p.m. Come on by. Me and Casey and Cal and little Seth from the transporter, he'll be there. Come on by, check us out. So here's our shit show for the week. Thanks.
On this week's installment of Maintenance, customer states, my parking brake will not hold anymore. So we're going to go in here and see what we got to work on today. Look at this dumpster fire. You didn't really think it was all rocking chairs all the time, did you?
Well, on today's episode of Justin Wasn't Paying Attention, we get one of these guys here. Yeah, where's it at? Come here, you. That way, yeah. Yep, one of them flat front runs. And she's a big dog. So, yeah, if I'd have been paying closer attention, why, yep. So, it is called a Salem Hemisphere. I'll switch the camera around and show you. So, yep, right there, Salem Hemisphere, right? So I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, man, I like Salem Hemispheres. They pull really good, you know. I've pulled a whole bunch of them, right? So, yeah. See that? Yeah. Justin wasn't paying attention. That's what I was looking for. But that's all right. I signed up for it. So we get to pull this big son of a bitch. It'll be all right. Take it easy. Ain't gonna set no records tomorrow, but whatever. That's what I got. I'm gonna do it because I said I was gonna do it. And it's not really what I want to do, but whatever. So anyhow, I got the truck to do it, and the rate on it's good, so it's gonna be all right. It's just not gonna be my favorite, so this is kind of part of it, you know. So here we go. We're gonna head on down the road, Nashville, Tennessee. Here we come. So anyhow, here's my shit show. We're going to send you back over to Casey, see what kind of shit show he's in. So yeah, later.
All right, so we got our wheels pulled off. We're getting in here because we're going to be replacing the parking brake shoes because they're just not holding anymore. They got enough age on them now. They're just not gripping right. Pulled the wheels off, and you can see the rotor's not looking real great. So we're probably going to pull that off too. Go ahead and get new rotors on. And while we're at it, we're going to do pads too because, hey, why not? We're also going to be replacing all the wheel studs on here. This is a part that a lot of people don't think about being a failure point. You get enough miles on your wheel studs, and if you're like us and you're rotating your tires quite a bit, putting a lot of heat in them, you know, taking lug nuts on and off, these things can shear off, and you can have your tires pass you on the interstate if you're not careful. So these are a failure point, and you might want to start keeping an eye on these if you've got a higher mileage truck. Justin's lucky on these because there is enough room back there. We can knock these studs out and just put the new ones right in. You don't have to take the rotor out of the way in order to do that because the rotor's right back here and it mounts to the hub, but there's quite a bit of room right here in order to be able to get these studs in and out right behind there. On the Rams, unfortunately, there's not enough room in the back to do that, so you actually have to take everything apart, and that's always fun. So you're buying axle seals and axle flange gaskets and all kinds of fun stuff, gear oil, just to be able to change wheel studs. So I'm going to set you up on time lapse, and you guys are going to watch me work really, really, really fast. All right, so you saw there in my half-ass time lapse, taking the axle out, axle shaft out, the outer bearing, the retaining nut and the retaining ring. So now we're into the parking brake. You can see there's still some meat there, but they are a little thin. Definitely got some age on them. So we're gonna replace shoes and we're gonna replace hardware. So far the backing plate doesn't look too terribly bad. So we're gonna go ahead and keep it. Yeah, we're gonna tear into it. So we're also gonna be replacing the rear rotors as well. For any of you guys that have never done this before, you have your rear rotor is right here. From here forward, this is your hub. Your hub actually bolts to your rotor. I'm gonna stand this up here so you can see. In order to change your rotor, you have to pull the hub. You have to take the axle shaft out. You have to pull the outer bearing, and you have to slide everything off of here to get to those bolts. There is no cheating it. You have to take it apart to get it done. So we're gonna take all these bolts out. We're gonna knock this rotor off while we're waiting on the new one to show up. Yeah. And then we're gonna knock these studs out, and we're gonna put our new wheel studs in. We got new wheel studs and new lug nuts. So yeah, we're gonna be good to go when we get done. So we'll do another time lapse, and here we go. In case any of you were wondering, your parking brake, those shoes right there, when you push your parking brake pedal or your emergency brake pedal in the cab, those shoes spread out and they grip right here on this surface inside the rear rotor. Same way on both sides. So just remember, anytime you, if you need to do your parking brake, it's inside here. There's no shortcutting it. You have to tear all this apart to do it. Yeah. In case anyone was wondering where the parking brake grips, it grips on the inside of the rotor, right here. When you push that pedal down, those shoes will spread apart and they grip right here on this surface. And as we're putting things back together, I'll show you where the adjustment is for that. It's pretty much the same across the board. It's all going to be in about the same place on most manufacturers. All right, now we're gonna get to hammering out some studs and get some new ones installed in this hub so we can get that done and out of the way. We'll probably go ahead and get this seal popped out. We got some new ones coming. These seals, whenever you pull the hubs, you've got to replace these. These are a one and done use. So whenever you have to take a rear end apart and you got to pull the hub, do as much work as you can while you're in there, because these seals, I mean, for my Ram, they're about $10 a piece, and between that and the axle shaft seal, I mean, anytime you pull the hub, you've got to automatically do those parts. So just plan it out accordingly. While you're in there, do as much work as you can. That way you've only got to do those seals just one time. All right, so we got all our studs out. These studs have been in for quite a while. I mean, this truck's a 2012. I'm sure these studs are original. Truck doesn't have a whole lot of miles on it, but there was a tire shop that did some dumb things not too long ago. So rather than wondering whether or not these are compromised from that, we're just gonna go ahead and change them out. That way we got new studs. We know we're gonna be good for 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 miles. So we got our new ones right here. You can obviously see the difference. We're gonna put these in. Normally, if you have access to a hydraulic press, you're gonna wanna use a hydraulic press to put these in. It is not recommended to use an impact, but that's how we're gonna put these in. We're gonna be very careful about it. and we'll show you that here in a little time lapse. What we're going to do is we're just going to put the stud up through. I'm going to stack some washers right here, and then we're going to use a lug nut, and we're just going to carefully pull this up, and until the, hopefully you can see. You'll be able to see it like that. So if I can get my hand to be still, we want this shoulder right here to meet this mounting surface. We're again going to stack washers and put the lug nut on here, and we're going to very gently draw that in until it's seated, and we should be good to go. All right, both sides done. New parking brake, new rotors, new pads, painted the hub, new studs. Both sides ready to go. Looks like this. You know, when your friends are busy and need a hand, you know, this is what you do. You help them out. Except for Seth. Something wrong with that guy.
So my favorite saying I heard lately, there's no loads.